All right, welcome back to Daily Standup. And last night I worked a little bit on actually sending a message back to the notification queue. So I set that up last night, and I'm just going to walk through some of the code roughly. So you saw last time I now have a temperature check over some value, and then you can kind of see what I'm trying to go for. Basically, construct a message. In this case, it's going to be some kind of engine overheating message. And then right here, I'm posting it back to this notifications queue, which I defined as notifications as the name. And I'm just going to send that message to the queue and then just confirm it's sent. So it's all working. I guess I can run this and show you. So let's run that, and you'll see waiting for messages. And then I'm actually going to start my front end project. And again, that's running in Docker Compose. So I just have like this code here on my home controller's index method here for just sending 5 messages up to my RabbitMQ engines queue that will be consumed by my Rust service. So you can see that it parses out the temperature, and then it sends a message up to my notifications queue, basically alerting it saying, hey, your engine's probably overheating. So if we go to queues and streams, you can see the new, let me refresh this. You can see the new notifications queue I have here, and you can see that I have basically 10 total messages. And I'm going to run this again because I think I still had some saved from last time I tried this. So let's go ahead and refresh this to send some more messages. So those should have come through already. So 15. So it processes it basically instantly. So I'm glad that I have the connection from RabbitMQ to Rust, and then now from Rust back to RabbitMQ. So at least that I have some kind of semblance of how that logic is or how that code is supposed to happen. Next thing I have to do is basically, instead of sending, a message for every instance of the temperature being over 500, I want to store those messages in some kind of set or array, whatever I have to make it in Rust, to basically contain all of those, because I know I'm going to be getting a lot, and I have to decide upon a certain threshold. So I'm going to add logic to say that if my array has, again, this is pseudocode, but if my array has over 100, then send a message up to my notifications queue to say, hey, we've gotten 100 data points of an overheating threshold temperature, and then then we're going to send notification. So I don't want to because obviously I don't want to send a notification each time. I want to send it for an aggregate of times, right? Because that's really because there might be, you may have some anomalies of like weird temperature spikes, but if it's like consistently above that, then there's probably a problem, right? Your engine's probably reading. So that's the next thing I have to do. I don't think that should be too crazy to implement, but then obviously that should clean up how many messages I'm getting to the notification queue. And once I have that done, I'm then going to begin wiring up the front end to listen to this queue. So I think I'm going to register just a service to listen to this queue in C# in my backend. But then I have to decide how I want to add the listener to my front end. I don't know if I want to use something like Signal R, which I've actually never used before. So I might lean towards that just to give me exposure to that. I may just, you could obviously make just like a polling service to poll notifications, but I want it to be real time. So I think I might do something or a similar technology to Signal R. That way I have like this direct front end to back end communication. If that's the case, then obviously I'll make a research ticket to do that and look at that. But you can kind of get a feel for how this is working, how everything's decoupled, and how everything is going to be operating largely independently of each other. So I think that should put us in a good spot. And obviously, I have seen your all's comments. So I appreciate the comments about my Rust code. So I haven't got a chance to go through it, your comments yet, but I definitely will do that when I have time and refactor where I need to. Obviously, because this is in the prototyping phase and I just want to get the structure, the architecture working, I need to make sure that all the connection points work before I spend too much time refactoring. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So anyway, yeah, just quick update this afternoon. So I'll see you on the next one.